Hello you guys and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Joel. I am a second semester nursing student at Imperial Valley College, and for today's video I have 7 ways that Stoicism has changed my life as a nursing student. Now Stoicism is pretty much like a philosophical way. Yeah, I'm gonna say it like that because it is a philosophical mentality to have. It's a really good mindset, and this tends more on minimizing negative events and maximizing positive events. And it's kind of like having self-control on your emotions and think more logically than emotionally. Now, that being said, it can be really hard for you to apply it if you are a person that tends to always do things based on their emotions. So this can take a lot of time, but for me, it really has helped me a lot. It definitely has changed my life. Like, this type of mentality change has reduced a lot of negativity in my life, or at least the ways I see it. Because negative events occur, but the way that you interpret them, that's the thing that's going to make a big difference. So I'm going to go over the 7 ways it has changed my life. Now the first way is that it has made me less outcome dependent. Now by that I mean that before I always tend to focus on exams, and everything was based on the exam, and I only care about the exam and things like that. But when I found about Stoicism around like mid 2020, I was like, why am I even worrying about it? Like, I should not worry too much about the exam. I should just worry about learning. Which sounds a little weird, right? You're like, yeah, right. But in reality, that's how it is. Like, I really cannot predict what the professor's going to put in the exam. So it's like, why am I even worrying about it? So I just care about like doing my best and competing. And with competing, I just compete against myself, the me of yesterday. And that's it. That's my competition. Because like there's no greater enemy than the you. Like the person that you look yourself in the mirror, that's your greatest enemy. So as long as you're being better than the you of yesterday, then you're better. You're improving. And as long as I'm doing my best, that's the only thing that should matter. Just do your best. But I really feel like if I do my best every single day, there is no way I can fail anything in life. Like if I really do my best. Like if I really want something, like I can really get it. But there's gonna be some days that I really do not want to do it. There's times like I really do not want to do anything. So that can be a little iffy. But overall, it has made me less outcome dependent, just focusing on doing my best and competing. So Stoicism has really helped me on that. The second thing is think more logically than emotionally. Before I did tend to do things based on my emotions, and I would like feel very anxious because like maybe someone has this perspective of me, or like this event occurred and it's really affecting me. So rather than like have all these emotions in my head, just think logically. Can you fix it? No. Okay, then why are you even worried about it? Kind of like that. And it's like, just go on. Like you already learned everything you had to learn. Okay, move on. There's no reason for you to keep on latching onto those negative things. You cannot control what other people think of you, so why even worrying about it? Another thing, you failed an exam. Okay, if you cry about it or if you continue on, is it going to change your exam score? No. Then why are you crying about it? You see? So it's kind of like, those are examples that I'm giving right now. It's like, oh, rather than thinking emotionally, think logically. It's like, what can you learn from this? And now we're going with tip number, well, the third thing it has helped me on is focusing on the things I can control. So for the exam, what can I control? Well, I can control my studying and I can control my emotions. So control the studying means like studying efficiently, studying the way I know how to study, and controlling my emotions is like whenever there's gonna be sometimes that first sense of or an emotion or kind of like a mentality in your head that occurs that just pops up into your head. You cannot control that, but what you can control is the following seconds that occur after that. So if you have like a negative event or a negative emotion in your head that just popped up, everybody has that. We cannot control that. But now, after that emotion has been presented, you can either keep on feeding into that negative emotion or just remove it. So if it's something that I can control, then I will worry about it and change it. But if it's something I cannot control, then just remove it and just continue on. And this is where the Serenity Prayer comes in, which the Serenity Prayer is God granted me the serenity to accept that which I cannot change, the courage to change what I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So overall, God has pretty much granted you the wisdom to know what you can change, and if you change it, it's going to take courage for you to change it, because it does take courage. But if it's something you cannot control, then you should be wise to know the things you cannot control. And if you cannot control it, then why even worrying about it? Okay, so that's the third thing. The fourth thing is that it has reduced my stress levels by half. Like I said before I did think to take more. I used to make decisions based on my emotions. I used to like have a lot of different stress levels from all these things that obviously I cannot control. It was future events. In the future, we cannot predict the future. So it's like, why even worrying about it? So all those things. So after learning about the Serenity Prayer, it was like, a lot of things got reduced by half. Because like, can I control it? No. Okay. Why even worrying about it? So that's 4. The 5th thing it has helped me on is focusing on the positive side of things rather than the negative. So in life, at least for me on my 21 years of life, there has been several negative events that have occurred, especially during last year in 2020. So during those times, it was like, what can I focus on in this? Like, this is a negative event that occurred. Is there something positive from it? And it's like, yeah, actually there is. If you actually ask that question, like, is there something positive about this negative event? And really think about it. Something's gonna pop up and you can be very prideful and remove them and be like, no, that doesn't matter. But in reality, those are the positive things that you kind of like get from the negative event. So whenever a negative event occurs, I always tend to ask myself that question and really ask myself that question because I really want an answer. And there's always something positive I can get from it. The majority of the time is like lessons that you need to learn. And then after I ask the question and I get the positive things that I have collected from the negative event, I don't feel that bad anymore. Because it's like, yeah, that's cool. Like, some people learn things the easy way, some people learn this the rough way or the hard way. But, you know, you learn the things. Just move on. So that's that. So that has really helped me. And I don't know if, like, for you might be thinking like, wow, like that's really hard. But no, like it really takes a little bit of time for you to think like this. Like for me, at least has been like since June 2020. So almost a year, because we're almost in May. So yeah, so that's the 5th thing. Now the 6th thing, it has helped me on not latching onto the negative events. So again, when a negative event occurs, it's your decision whether you want to keep on feeding to that negative event and reviving the past and keep on going and keep on going and keep on going and keep on going, or just dismiss it. Just get the things that you learn from it, all the positive things that you can get from that, the lessons learned. Can you change it? Can you control it? No. Okay, dismiss it. Move on. So, and in nursing school, like all these things play a really, really big role. A lot of these things are like exams, skills, assignments. Like in nursing, you have like all these things you need to do, all these chapters you need to study about. So you can be like very overwhelmed, be like, oh my god, I cannot do any of this. Like, no. So you're being overwhelmed. You're feeding onto the negative story that you're telling yourself, and you're just gonna crumble. Or you can just be like, okay, so there's 14 things I need to do. Which are the easiest ones? So I can do those later. Because I want to do the hard ones first so I can just get them out of the way. So these ones seems the hardest, so I'm just going to do them right now because I have more energy right now and just go right into it. So that's what I normally do. Like I have like my agenda here where I write like everything I need to do, and I'm like, okay, which is the hardest one? Because I have more energy right now. It's like, okay, it's this one, and this one. Okay, so I'm first going to do this one, then this one, then this one. So, you know, yeah, we do have to do a lot of things, a lot of assignments, a lot of studying, but just do them. It's like, oh well. So yeah, and the last thing, it has helped me on making small mental changes on the ways I speak. So instead of saying things like I need to do this, I change it to I get to do this. So it's a big change on that, because when you say I need to do this, it's kind of like you're not giving yourself an opportunity to choose. It's just like, oh, you need to do it like a slave. Like, you have to do this. Doesn't matter what you think. Whereas if you change it to I get to do this, you kind of like have like that type of freedom to choose, because you get to do it. It's like you get to do it, like it's your decision. But when it's like I need to do this, it's more like I'm being obligated to do it, which is something I don't like. But yeah, so these are the 7 ways Stoicism has made me a better nursing student. Overall, it has helped me become a more logical person, a logical student, and it has helped me like not focus too much on emotions regarding decision making and more on logical things. And whenever like things start to kind of like crumble or things start to like I start to panic or things like that, like, oh my god, it's so much stuff, I'm like, okay, calm down, what do we need to do? And it's like, okay, and just go from there. Okay, so it has helped me so far manage my life a little bit better and with less stress, which is really good, especially in nursing school, because it's like all these things coming and they're like non-ending, non-stop things, chapters, and it's like, oh my god. But there is a way, and I'm really glad Stoicism has really helped me, because if it wasn't for Stoicism, I don't know where I would be in my life. So yeah, this is pretty much just gonna wrap up the video. Thank you so much guys for watching, and I'll see you guys into the next video. Bye bye.